Jumping into modern Minecraft has never been more exciting. New stable versions across 1.20 and 1.21. Big and small mods bring something new to play with, and the many mods being made behind the scenes. Even though we've previously showed off many upcoming mods for Minecraft, we've only skimmed the tip of the iceberg. I'm Critters, welcome to the mod Menagerie, and today we're going to dig deeper and unravel not 10, but 17 upcoming and ambitious Minecraft mods to look forward to in the future. Deltarune has been a trending area for some modders lately. Previously, we looked at Penumbra Phantasm, but there's also another mod that borrows some notes off this game. This is where we begin today's video with Survey Program. Survey Program is another upcoming mod development that aims to become a fully comprehensive Deltarune mod for Minecraft. The overworld will remain mostly untouched, but it's upon crossing the threshold into the Dark Worlds where you'll essentially be learning a whole new game. Expect turn-based combat encounters, overhauled crafting and GUI elements, an abundance of secrets, loot, and a custom soundtrack that surrounds you as you navigate the Dark Worlds. Currently, the mod has previewed some teasers for what to anticipate. Whilst the progress thus far looks exciting, Survey Program is still very early in development. The developer has mentioned the mod has a long way to go before it's ready to test out. Based on what's been revealed thus far, Survey Program appears to be off to a great start. We continue looking at another Deltarune inspired mod in the works, Roaring. Roaring is a work in progress mod that implements one of Deltarune's strongest enemies, the Roaring Knight. Lurking within the Dark World, the Roaring Knight is an incredibly difficult boss to go up against. Death is but guaranteed when challenging it, as it poses a deadly range of attacks, movesets, and becomes more aggressive as it gets wounded. Roaring is currently playable as a beta version for Forge 1.20.1, where combat and tactics are put to the test. The developer has noted the mod is subject to change with time, so there's no current window for when it will be fully released. Even with all the inbound Deltarune mods, Roaring doesn't fail on being an impressive mod to behold, and no doubt players will look to it with great interest. If you've been around long enough, you'll know Witchery was one of the great magic mods back in its day. Its legacy remains in the past, but that will no longer be the case with Witchery Resurrected. Witchery Resurrected intends on returning Witchery to modern versions of Minecraft, recreating much of what made the mod so special and iterate on its features across the modern landscape, by a team dedicated to seeing MNF's creation return to relevance. From rituals to flying broomsticks and demons, all the features will strive to match the original mod as close as possible. The remake has been in development since early 2020, and since then, it contains some playable betas to experience a taste of the mod. Although it seems like development has gone quiet, the team have been sharing updates on the mod's progress. As of now, Witchery Resurrected is being targeted for near Forge 1.21.1, with the hope to bring a full release sometime within the year. The mod will also include a Legacy Edition for Forge 1.12.2, which will split off as its own project for managing it easier. Seeing a team work diligently in reviving Witchery to the modded scene is pleasing news, and so here's wishing the team all the best in finishing what remains of Witchery Resurrected. When talking about space mods, Galacticraft is one of the classics in that space. Assembling your rockets, traveling to the moon to face the creeper boss, and beyond, with all its add-ons has given it a strong reputation. Galacticraft certainly has left its mark across Minecraft, and its newest edition, Galacticraft 5, is bound to reignite discussion about it. Under works by TeamGalacticraft and overseen by McDoodle8, Galacticraft 5 is a full rewrite of McDoodle8's iconic space mod for the modern versions of the game. All the classic features will see their return, fully revamped, complete with updated textures and music. In addition, the mod will also see some new features to uncover, some of which are already implemented. Because Galacticraft 5 is being fully rewritten, none of the older add-ons will be compatible with the mod. Rest assured, however, as an updated add-on API is being developed to support the newest Galacticraft mod, allowing for it to be populated with its own suite of add-ons. The mod initially is being built for Fabric, later extending to Forge or Neoforge through Architecture. Recreating Galacticraft is a big task, and whilst Team Galacticraft has spent numerous years rebuilding the mod, both its release date and release version is yet to be determined. Whatever the state is on the mod's progress, Galacticraft 5 is one of those mods to look forward to. From charting the expanse of space to drawing upon the power of the stars, Astral Sorcery has filled the niche of a magic astrology mod for many years. Recently, efforts by the mod's creator, HellFirePVP, have been made to carry Astral Sorcery into the modern versions. Beyond updating the mod itself, it also doubles as an overhaul, where it will become Astral Sorcery 2. This continuation will be undergoing many changes under the hood to support data pack driven capabilities, which are now implemented across the mod's numerous crafting systems, to perks, perk trees, and the research time. Other gameplay aspects are being modified, with also some new inclusions, like the upcoming Lumen system. Ultimately, the initial release of Astral Sorcery 2 is a starting point for how the core concepts work, and to put its data-driven abilities into full effect, where they'll be refined over time. The mod will see its sights set on 1.21.1 for its first beta version, with an estimated release window to be announced. Knowing this unique magic mod is getting worked on is good news, so until the mod is deemed ready, watch the skies for Astral Sorcery's updates. Whereas mods let you reach for the stars, follows a mod that plunges you into the depths, Lovecraft Beyond the Abyss. Lovecraft Beyond the Abyss is an upcoming cosmic horror dimension mod, introducing 7 new dimensions to navigate. All of the dimensions, whilst thematically separate, borrow inspiration from the Cthulhu mythos style cosmic horror, where you can expect otherworldly creatures, environments and challenges, but also new riches and rewards. No one dimension will feel the same mechanically, as every dimension will present new approaches to surviving them, be it from the realm's topography or the hostile environmental conditions. Accessing these dimensions is only revealed upon defeating the Ender Dragon, where a mysterious stranger demands your presence. Your role is to endure the worst of Dimension's horrors and slay the bosses that lurk within. In exchange, you'll be rewarded with treasures to use for future adventures. Conceptually, every dimension has been fully mapped out, but the developers' efforts have been mostly concentrated towards the Deep Abyss, the first dimension of the mod. The other 6, meanwhile, are being developed at different stages. Some are playable, and some are still in the concept phases. The mod's concepts and current developments are encouraging, and feels reminiscent to the Souls-like genre, although the mod's scale means it'll be a while before an estimated release window would be considered. Fortunately, Beyond the Abyss has a playable alpha build for Forge 1.20.1, so you can get a preview of the mod firsthand, and await for future developments with great anticipation. Shifting from one dark dimension mod to another, news regarding the Betweenlands has been trickling, as the creators behind the Betweenlands, the Angry Pixel team, have shared teasers of the mod's porting process. Regarded as one of the best and unique dimension mods, the Betweenlands brought forth a dimension shrouded in both natural wonder, monstrous terrors, and ancient mysteries, which forced you to adapt to the realm's conditions should you wish to traverse it safely. Now, many years after its debut, the Betweenlands Port has been quietly building progress. This aims to be a one-to-one translation of the original mod for modern versions. The Betweenlands Port is being supported only for Neoforge, and will become available on the current version of modern Minecraft at the time it defines an ETA, which remains to be specified. All that can be done now is to wait patiently for the Angry Pixel team to reconstruct their most prized creation. It will be a day long remembered when the Betweenlands arises from the depths once more into the modding scene. Cementing itself as an iconic mod, Orespawn was the embodiment of craziness, throwing all sorts of wacky bosses, loot, dimensions, and mobs to the game. However, as time passed, the mod got discontinued. Fast forward to 2026, and there's been one passionate team of developers working to bring back the chaotic mod from the ground up. This upcoming mod is Chaos Awakens, a spiritual successor to the Orespawn mod. Under development from a separate team of modders, the mod serves to reintroduce Orespawn's wackiness into the modern versions of Minecraft, adding as much of the weapons, armor, bosses, dungeons, and more to expand your game experience. Since the team is unaffiliated with the original creators, every asset and line of code is being recreated from scratch, where they'll be carefully integrated for the most optimal and coherent game. Chaos Awakens will also be taking creative liberties with the mod's features, and revamp them so it feels unique and fresh, with reworked models and textures, to integrating animations and custom music for the mod's bosses and dimensions. As of now, the mod features playable betas to test on Forge 1.16.5, but their efforts have shifted towards getting a build ready for 1.20.1 and above. The builds will be available when it's deemed ready, so whilst you can't get to play this for the current versions as of yet, there's at least assurance a team are doing their best in creating Chaos Awakens, and in doing so, allow players to experience one of the most chaotic mods of all time. Shifting focus towards a progression-focused mod, Progression Re-Envisioned alters the game's current progression system for unique, engaging gameplay. It does this by applying numerous tweaks, modifications, and inclusions across Vanilla's features, where it aims to freshen up the current Minecraft experience, but without becoming overwhelming to adjust to. Some of these tweaks are subtle texture changes or quality of life improvements, to integrating new metals, workstations, and branching gear sets with unique properties. One of these new inclusions is a relic system, where players can discover powerful relic items to wield and use. The mod is currently available as a beta for Fabric 1.21.5, with the official release forecasted to come out within the next month or two. Maybe you want to freshen up your current gameplay loop without having to relearn the game again, or just wanted to play with a new mod. Progression Re-Envisioned might be worth waiting for you to try out in your next mod list. Coming in with the next mod in the works is Cryptic Foes. Cryptic Foes enriches the challenge in Minecraft by introducing new combatants, dungeons, and bosses. At present, the mod only features a new underground mob, the Howler. Beyond its monstrous appearance, the Howler can stun everything in its path with its shrieking screech. Facing triumphant against the creature will allow the player to extract the new materials the creature possessed, including mimicking the Howler's scream. Cryptic Foes is currently playable on Forge 1.20.1, where this new creature can be fought firsthand, and sometime after the next update for 1.21. Although the modder is making active progress, it's unclear when the next update or release date will be announced. All mods start somewhere, and by the looks of it, Cryptic Foes has much potential that will be carried out over time. Craftics is an example of how much a single mod shakes up the game. What this upcoming mod does is turns the game into a turn-based tactical RPG. Where the world was once free to explore, now you must journey it from a different perspective, as you fight your way through 90 levels across 18 biomes. Using your wits and the content in your inventory, your attack strategies dictate the outcome of a combat turn. Every item acquired matters, and it's up to you to determine the ideal setup for each combat ordeal. From your weapon of choice, to potions, food, and enchantments, there's plenty of ways to shape your build. The mod also gives functionality to other items to expand your options. Through completing levels and slaying bosses, skill points are earned which improve your character's abilities across 8 fields. When not in combat, you'll be situated in your hub world, your base of operations. It's here where you take stock of your equipment, acquire resources, and display treasures or your tamed animals won from your victories, before preparing for the next encounter. Ultimately, your progression leads you to confronting the Ender Dragon. Defeating it triggers the start of a new game plus. Your character carries over to a new game, where you can test your mettle against harder opponents. What's impressive about Craftics is it accomplished all of this with only a single block. No other new items or blocks are added. Your progression through the mod entails re-experiencing vanilla Minecraft in a completely new way. Craftics' journey doesn't end with vanilla. The mod is also fully customizable with several config options, and is designed for mod and data pack support to extend its capabilities. So if you really want, you can build your entire experience around this mod. Fortunately, the mod is available to experience in Fabric 1.21.1 and 1.21.5 during its beta state. Whilst the developer has made significant progress, still has a ways to go before a full release is in sight. But don't let it stop you from trying this mod out. Next, there's Untitled Combat. This is an upcoming combat mod that overhauls the game's combat system with an emphasis on diverse combat encounters. It achieves this by applying numerous combat changes across weapons and mobs, but without deviating far from the core vanilla combat. It's also be expanded with new attack sets that trigger based on the player's movement. For instance, rushing forward will initiate an attack separate from moving side to side. These new movesets play an influential role with how you approach combat, as repeating the same attack over and over becomes less effective, limiting your attack speed. Other weapons, meanwhile, like bows and crossbows, are only two-handed. All these new attack sets will apply to mobs as well, for an extra layer of depth to fights. Weapons, in addition, will all inflict a particular type of damage. Mobs are then susceptible to some types of attacks, but are resistant against others. Untitled Combat's greatest quality is everything in the mod is fully data-driven, allowing every mob attack and damage type to be fully customizable, and support the inclusion of modded weapons and mobs. Forge 1.20.1 will be where the mod's first build become playable, but as of yet, an estimated release window is yet to be determined. From what's been disclosed, Untitled Combat looks to be a promising option in creating dynamic and engaging combat. Stepping forth into our next mod is a surprising dimension mod that's been in the works, Thermal Shock. Thermal Shock will introduce a new sci-fi lore-driven realm to explore, Lokendia, the Endless Garden. Once a garden realm full of life, the realm has been literally frozen in an eternal winter. Lokendia centers heavily around combat and progression, as you survive against the elements and its inhabitants. As you explore the realm's new biomes, creatures, blocks, and points of interest, you'll gain access to crafting a unique assortment of gadgets and blocks to assist in enduring the frozen wasteland. The mod has been in development for over 2 years, and has received steady beta releases for Forge and Neoforge 1.20.1. However, until the modder deems the project is officially complete, it is still in ongoing development. Fortunately, with recent previews of the mod's next update, Thermal Shock is certainly a mod that deserves more attention, so give it a try and see how it feels. Millenaire has struck the playerbase as one of the oldest and ambitious civilization mods for Minecraft. Populating the world with bustling, dynamic villages, the mod saw you interacting with these settlements in a matter of ways. Despite efforts to port the mod since 1.12, Kinniken and his team invested much effort to rewrite the mod, but the process was a big hurdle. However, what seemed to be the end of Millenaire, surprising news has arrived. After nearly 5 years since the last update, Kinniken and his team have returned to the mod, where they have successfully released preview builds of Millenaire for Neoforge 1.21.1. The new version of Millenaire, Millenaire 9, is a full rebuild of the original mod. Most of the mod's code is being recreated from the ground up, where you can take advantage of the advancements in modern coding practices to produce a mod that's stronger, modern, and stable. Millenaire 9 aims to bring back as much from Millenaire 8 into the modern version, where they'll be redesigned. Trading, questing, and NPC behavioural systems are implemented, as well as all villager cultures, hamlets, and many of the culture-specific blocks, items, and foods. Merely a month since Millenaire 9's announcement, Kinniken and his team have accomplished great progress with the mod's rewrites. As for a full release, it's hard to assess when it'll be ready, as the mod continues implementing its features and ironing out bugs. News of Millenaire's revival in 2026 was an unexpected but welcome surprise. No doubt the mod's return will rekindle interest across the lovers of Millenaire, and newcomers too. Waiting for Millenaire to update has been a long time, plagued with much uncertainty, but I'm sure holding out a little longer will be well worth it. Descending to the next mod is Jaden's Nether expansion, a mod that expands the dimension in all its aspects. From small beginnings as a resource pack, it's been transformed into a comprehensive Nether mod to bring even more to experience across the underworld. The mod has been playable for some time, but as of this moment, it's undergoing a major uplift. This updated roadmap entails overhauling all the vanilla Nether biomes and includes 4 new ones. Each of these will be fully fleshed out in their own ways, with mobs, structures, loot, and mechanics thematic to the biome they're found in. Currently, it's completely reimagined the HolySeyhan Valley, where the biome has received a host of new additions and changes to accompany the biome. The remaining reworks will be gradually implemented one by one over time. Due to its scope, the developers decided to continue the mod updates on Neoforge and Forge for 1.20.1 and 1.21.1, where the mod will receive the next update when it's ready. If the HolySeyhan Valley's new changes are but a taste of the mod's future, there's much to look forward to. Envelope is a small but nifty upcoming mod in the works. This implements a fully fledged mailing and delivery system into Minecraft powered by pigeons. By finding and befriending these feathered friends, pigeons serve as the couriers for your mail. They'll deliver letters and packages to mailboxes based on the marked address tags. The system is simple but powerful in its capabilities, where its uses are applicable to multiplayer and single player. Packages stamped with seals signifies the integrity of the mail, whilst payback checks allow for the exchange of items to be conducted safely. Moreover, the mod's mailing system fully works across long distances, even through unloaded chunks. This is even extended through the use of data packs, add-ons, and Cube.js scripts, where the mod's courier system could be utilised further. Envelope has been developed with Fabric and Neoforge, where it's received its latest update on 1.21.1. The developer has other ideas for Envelope until it's considered feature complete. Based on the modder's previous projects, there's no mistaking Envelope is appearing to be a unique and quality mod to fulfill mailing items. Wrapping up with the last upcoming mod development, there's the Beyond. This aims to be a total overhaul for the end by populating it with plenty of structures, mobs, biomes, mechanics, rich in lore and context. One of the ways we'll achieve this is by reimagining the end's current environment. The dimension's terrain, lighting, and mood have been remade to fit the aesthetic envisioned by the developer. Its desolate expanse remains, but the end holds a mysterious, moody aura that further builds its atmosphere. Weather and natural phenomena instills ambience to the realm in a unique way. Biome placements provide the feeling of progress, and the various mechanics and features will keep you interested along your travels. Much of the realm's new features are designed to react to player interaction. Naturally, their science states will reflect the emptiness of the end, but upon player interaction, the dimension bursts into life. Worldbuilding takes a stronger emphasis in the dimension, where pre-established and new lore has been woven across the realm in all its aspects. The Beyond is out as an early beta for Neoforge 1.21.1, but the developers mapped out an extensive document detailing what to expect in the future. Conceptually, the modders put lots of attention to their vision of a lore-rich, engaging end dimension. There's lots to anticipate, so watch this space for future updates. All in all, there's plenty of new mod developments to watch closely. Further information about these are contained in the description, including prior videos uncovering more upcoming modding projects. I hope these have shed light on some intriguing mods for you, and if so, then be sure to let me know in the comments which of these you are most excited for. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and let's continue expanding the mod menagerie.